The morning dew kissed the uneven stones of the pavement, reflecting the first rays of sun dancing between the ancient trees. Amelia, in her late 20s, her gaze carrying the weight of a life filled with loss, clutched the faded letter in her fingers. The news of her grandfather's death, a man she barely knew, arrived like thunder on a sunny day. And with it came the inheritance. The old, dilapidated Blackout Manor, nestled in a remote region of Cornwall, a place shrouded in legends and mysteries. Amelia, who had built a simple life in London, far from her family roots, felt a mixture of apprehension and curiosity as she read her grandfather's final words. The manor holds more than walls and roof. Seek, discover, but be wary of what you find. The sentence, written in a shaky hand filled with corrections, echoed in her mind, urging her to embark on a journey she knew would forever change her life. With a heart torn between sadness and excitement, Amelia packed her bags and set off for Cornwall. The train journey, winding through breathtaking landscapes, was a perfect metaphor for the turmoil within her. Every curve of the road, every verdant hill, seemed to whisper ancient secrets. Upon reaching the train station in the small village of Blackout, the atmosphere intensified. The damp, salty air from the sea mingled with the morning mist, creating an aura of enigma. The taxi driver, a burly man with a thick mustache and curious eyes, watched her intently as she climbed into the car. "Came to see the manor, did you, miss?" he asked with a heavy accent. Amelia simply nodded, feeling a shiver down her spine at the man's unspoken knowledge of her arrival. The journey to Blackout Manor was a journey through history. The narrow, winding road bordered imposing cliffs, with the wild ocean crashing furiously against the rocks. The driver, named Thomas, shared some local stories, mentioning legends of ghosts, hidden treasures, and the curse that hung over the Blackout family. Amelia, though naturally skeptical, couldn't help but feel a chill each time Thomas mentioned her grandfather's name. Finally, after an hour's drive, Blackout Manor emerged on the horizon. The sight of the property, enveloped in an aura of decay, took her breath away. The once grand house now seemed to age with each passing day, its windows dark and wild vegetation climbing its stone walls. The entrance, a rusted iron gate, groaned open, revealing a long gravel path leading to the main door. As the car drew closer, Amelia felt a tightening in her chest. The house seemed to be watching her, as if it had been waiting for her arrival for decades. Stepping out of the vehicle, she felt the dampness seep into her bones, and the silence, broken only by the sound of the waves, felt palpable. Thomas, with a look of pity, wished her good luck and drove away, leaving her alone before the manor. With a pounding heart, Amelia took a deep breath and walked towards the main door. Touching the cold, heavy doorknob, she hesitated for a moment. It was as if she were about to cross a portal to another world. With a surge of courage, she opened the door and stepped into the darkness of Blackout Manor. The interior of the house was even more somber and dilapidated than she had imagined. Dust hung in the air, illuminated by the rare rays of sunlight that managed to penetrate the dusty windows. The smell of mildew and old wood filled the air, mixed with a subtle, persistent, and indefinable floral perfume. Amelia, with a sense of unease, walked through the entrance hall. The marble floor was cracked and covered in dust, and the walls were adorned with antique portraits, whose eyes seemed to follow her. She switched on her phone's flashlight, casting a trembling beam of light that revealed the details of the manor's Gothic architecture. As she explored the house, she found empty rooms, furniture draped in white sheets, and a silence that enveloped her. The library, with its shelves filled with dusty books, was one of the places that most attracted her. There, amongst the yellowed pages and worn covers, Amelia felt a connection to the past, as if the stories contained within the books could whisper enigmas to her. On one of the highest shelves, she discovered a leather-bound book with almost faded gold lettering. Opening it, she found a diary written in her grandfather's handwriting. The first pages spoke of his life in the manor, his studies, and his obsessions. Gradually, the diary revealed details about her grandfather's search for something mysterious, something he called the secret. Amelia spent hours reading the diary, fascinated by the writing and her grandfather's enigmatic narrative. He mentioned strange symbols, secret maps, and clues hidden in different parts of the manor. With each page, her curiosity grew, driving her to investigate further. As she explored the house, she found a series of intriguing clues: a small hidden safe behind a portrait, a treasure map scribbled on a musical score, and a series of numbers engraved on the back of a mirror. She knew she was on the right track, but she also felt the presence of something or someone who didn't want her to uncover the truth. One particularly dark night, while exploring the manor's basement, she heard a noise, a metallic screech coming from somewhere deep within the house. With her heart in her throat, she cautiously walked towards the sound, her flashlight trembling in her hands. She found a locked door hidden behind a pile of old boxes. Forcing the lock, she finally managed to open it. Behind the door was a dark, damp corridor leading to a new set of rooms. Entering, she felt the icy air and the smell of damp earth. At the end of the corridor, she found a room that looked like a torture chamber. Rusted chains hanging from the ceiling, strange instruments scattered on the floor, and a sickening smell of blood and fear. Amelia felt a shiver run down her spine. She couldn't imagine what her grandfather could have done in that place. Stepping out of the chamber, she realized she was being watched. A shadow moved across the walls, and a whisper echoed through the corridors. Someone was in the manor, and it wasn't friendly. Fear consumed her. She needed to leave, but she knew she couldn't abandon her search for the secret. She needed to know the truth. The night turned into a constant battle against fear and paranoia. She locked doors, barricaded windows, and spent the night awake, trying to decipher the clues and discover who or what was haunting her. She knew she couldn't trust anyone else and had to rely on her own instincts. The next day, she decided she needed a way to communicate with the outside world. She tried the phone, but the line was dead. With no cell signal, she was completely isolated. She needed to leave the manor, even if it was just to ask for help. While searching for an escape route, she found a secret compartment behind a bookshelf in the library. Inside, there was a letter written by her grandfather, addressed to her. In the letter, he explained that the secret was dangerous, something that could destroy the Blackout family. He begged her to leave the manor and forget everything she had discovered. However, the letter also contained a crucial clue. "Find Eleanor," the letter said. "She can help you." She realized Eleanor was the name of a woman her grandfather mentioned in his diary, a woman who seemed to play a crucial role in the history of the Blackout family. Determined to move forward, she decided she needed to find Eleanor. She searched the manor for clues about the woman's whereabouts, but to no avail. Frustrated, she decided to explore the surrounding area. Walking through the forest surrounding the manor, she found a small abandoned cabin. Entering, she found objects indicating someone had lived there recently. Framed antique portraits, clothes, and a diary that looked familiar. She found Eleanor's diary, which revealed the woman's story and her connection to the Blackout family. Eleanor was a descendant of an ancient lineage of guardians responsible for protecting the secret. She knew the manor and the Blackout family were in danger, and that Amelia was the only one who could help save everything. Suddenly, she heard a noise, heavy footsteps and a raspy voice coming from the forest. Someone was approaching the cabin. With a pounding heart, she hid behind a pile of firewood. The cabin door opened, and a burly man with a hat and a coat entered. It was Thomas, the driver who had taken her to the manor. He seemed furious. "I knew you wouldn't give up, miss," he growled. "Your grandfather was mad, and you seem to be the same. It's time to end this." Thomas revealed that he was a member of an ancient secret society seeking the secret for sinister purposes. He had been in the manor for days, waiting for the right moment to act. He knew Amelia was close to discovering the truth and couldn't let that happen. Amelia knew she was in danger. She needed to fight for her life and protect the secret. She leaped from behind the firewood and attacked Thomas. A brutal fight ensued, with blows and punches. In the end, she managed to subdue Thomas and restrain him. She knew she needed to leave the cabin and return to the manor to discover what the secret was and how to protect it. Returning to the manor, she found a final clue left by her grandfather, a final letter that led her to a secret room beneath the library. There, in a safe, was the secret, an ancient star map that revealed the location of a cosmic artifact with incomprehensible power. She understood that her grandfather was right. The secret was dangerous and needed to be protected. She knew she had to continue the fight, not only to protect her family, but to protect the world. With the map in hand, she left Blackout Manor, ready to face the future and unravel the mysteries that still awaited her. Her grandfather's enigmatic inheritance had transformed into a mission, and she was determined to fulfill it, no matter the cost. The adventure was just beginning.